Now the time has come for some public relations. Marketing and R&D department set up an initial contact with Profi, where editor Gottfried Eichel is in charge of self-propelled machinery.
Eichel? Yeah, hello, Herr Wingel.
Meanwhile, Profi receives a call from Lemken, who inquire whether the magazine would be interested in assessing the prototype self-propelled machine.
Haben Sie Zeit?
A meeting is planned to discuss the proposal.
Alles klar, bis dann, tschüss.
Later the same day, Lemken's Gottfried Gießen and Heinrich Wingels visit Profi and meet Gottfried Eichel. After presenting the special characteristics of the Brillant, they explain the current stage of the development process and indicate that the remaining assembly will take another 2 weeks before drilling trials can start. So the Profi editor and Lemken agree on a driving impression for the end of August, once Lemken has completed its own initial field trials with the Brillant. On the 27th of August, for the first time, the finished prototype pulls out of the Lemken plant. But rollout and a few function checks on the tarmac are not enough to satisfy the designers. The next step is to take the machine to the field adjacent to the Lemken premises to try it out. Do the articulated joint and rear axle turntable steering interact satisfactorily? Yes, they do, and Lemken's Tobias Donatz gives the go-ahead.
Alles klar, kann losgehen!
After the rear axle lifts out as it's supposed to, the Brillant commences its first operation. In what are clearly very dusty conditions. Attentive observers will notice that some major components are still missing from the machine, such as the seed tubes that deliver the seed to the coulter bar at the rear. But this is an initial function check, the importance of which will become evident in a moment. A problem. The power harrow won't budge and stubbornly refuses to restart. Is the electro-hydraulic coupler supplied with current?
Dieter? Ja? Sitzt du noch in der Kabine? Ja. Ich messe jetzt mal, ob hier überhaupt Strom ankommt.
Tobias Donatz and Dieter Pastors examine the gearbox of the power harrow. While Dieter turns on the switch in the cab, Tobias checks for current. The measuring system shows that everything is okay, so why isn't power getting through the electro-hydraulic coupler to the power harrow? The engineers phone Josef Siebers. Designer Josef Siebers is used to having to deal with problems. He thinks the trouble is probably in the coupler and suggests removing the gearbox and fitting a new one. to get the team back on test schedule within as short a time as possible.
Und tschüss.